Hello folks, welcome back to Mr. Wicklam's virtual math classroom. We're going to be continuing with our number sense unit, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be counting coins and working with money today. Money is one of those things that you're always going to use for the rest of your life, so you need to know how to use it. You need to know what the amounts are, what the currency is, and you need to know how to apply it to your daily life. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit of time looking at money. And today what we're going to do is a simple review. So if I have 1 cent, I would have and I apologize for my finger, I kind of cut it today, and so I'm just apologizing for that now. Because you're going to look and you're going to think, oh, that's gross. But that's what happened. I cut my finger, so I apologize for it because I can't help it. It's kind of bleeding. Okay? Alright. So 1 cent. What do we have here? This is a penny. Now, I know what all of you are going to say. Mr. Wickham, pennies aren't in use anymore. No, that's true, and I get that. But when something comes up to $1.13, they're still counting on pennies. But what they're doing is they're just going to round up to the nearest nickel or round down. So 5-cent piece is called a nickel. 10 cents, little 10 cent, it's called a dime. 25 cents is a quarter. And then the $1 coin that we have is the loonie. You guys are familiar with loonie shakes. And then the $2 coin that we have is a toonie. Okay? That's going to be crucial as we move forward, because you're going to need to be able to use those coins to make additional totals and things like that. So it's going to be crucial that you know how to count up by those coins. So counting up by tens, you guys are able to do that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The biggest one is counting up by 25s. Some of you still get a little bit stuck with that. Okay, so when I have 1 quarter, I have 25. Alright, I'm just going to put 1Q. If I have 2 quarters, I have 50. Okay, because 25 plus 25 is 50. If I have 3 quarters, I have 75. And if I have 4 quarters, I have 100, or I would have $1. So 4 quarters equals $1. Okay, so it's important that you know how to count up by 25s, especially if we're going to make change. So making change is crucial, and it's important to know how to count. And then what I would do is if I had 5 quarters, I start my whole cycle all over again. So 5 quarters would be 125. 6 quarters would be 150. 7 quarters would be 175, and 8 quarters would be $2, $200, or $2. Okay, so that's counting up by 25s. That's what we're going to be looking at first. Next, what we're going to look at is we're going to look at what's the total amount. So if I have 5 nickels and I have 6 pennies, what's my total amount that I have? Okay, so if we have 5 nickels, a nickel is worth 5. So let's count up by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'd have 25 cents in nickels. Pennies are worth 1. So 25. So then 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 cents. Now, whenever you're dealing with money, if you're writing dollars, the dollar sign goes in the front. If we're dealing with dollars, $1. But whenever we're dealing with cents, let's say I have 62 cents. That cent sign goes behind. Okay? So the dollar sign goes in front, the cent sign goes behind. And trust me, if you are doing problem solving or you are doing anything with money, you need to use your units. Okay, so let's do this. 2 quarters. How much is 2 quarters? If I look up here, I get 2 quarters, which is 50. Dimes are worth 10, 60, 70, 80. And then 2 pennies, 81, 82 cents. Okay guys, this is just pretty simple addition, working with money. Alright, what you're going to see is give the total amount by the coins given. So what's my amount? here. So what I do is I just basically add the coins. Just add the coins together. So I have 25. I skip over here. I have 35. So you can even write that down in between. So you know 35 plus 10 is 45. 45 plus 5 is 50. 50 plus 10 is 60. Then I have 61, 62. So my total amount is going to be 62 cents. Okay, I'm just giving you simple methods, simple strategies to use, so when you're counting with your coins, that you can do that so you don't get lost. Okay? Next part of the work that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to draw additional coins. And what I mean by that is that when we draw different coins, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what we can use to get to a total. Okay, so in this case, how many quarters is it going to take to get to 85 cents? Well, first I need to establish what I already have. I have 25, I have 35. Okay, if I go off to the side and I do 85 minus 35 and I do my subtraction, I get 0 and I get 5. So how many quarters is it going to take me? I have 50. How many quarters is it going to take me to get to 85? Well, it's going to take me 1, 2. Because 2 quarters is 50 cents. And then if I count, I have 25, 50, 75, 85. I have my total. Now, how many dimes will it take for me to get to 35 cents? Right now I have 10, 15, 25, 35. That's all we're doing, is we're just adding coins in to get to the total. It's going to ask you how many dimes, how many pennies, how many quarters is it going to take to get to a certain total. And you need to be able to figure out how many it's going to be. So whether it's just continue adding or whether it's using some subtraction, whatever it may be, you need to figure out what it's going to be. Now, the next problem says use only 2 coins. So I need to get to $7. I can only use 2 coins. Right now I have $3. So I'm going to write that right here. So I have $3 right now. What 2 coins can I use to get to $7? Can I use 2 loonies? Well, if I tried, I'm just going to draw circles because I know I only need 2 coins. If I use 2 loonies, I'm at 3, 4, 5. Wouldn't be enough. What about 2 quarters? I'd be at $3.25, $3.50. What I need to use is I have $4 that's outstanding. Well, what 2 coins can I use to give me $4? How did I get $4 outstanding? Well, 7 minus 3 equals 4. So in my 2 coins, I'm going to need to give 2 toonies back. Now this really helps us when it comes to least amount of coins. Okay, because you know what? You don't want to be walking around with 50 quarters in your pocket when you could have you know 10 toonies, right? And so that's the point, is that you can use the least amount of coins. So I need to get to $3. Right now I have a loonie, so if I do 3 minus 1, that means 2. So what 2 coins am I going to need to get to $3? They're each going to be loonies. Okay, I need to get to 70 cents. Right here, I know I have 50. 70 minus 50 equals 20. What 2 coins could I use to get me to 20 cents? The only 2 I can use are dimes. 20 cents, 10, 20. Okay. Last but not least, you're going to see a word problem. All right, you're going to see a word problem that's going to involve money, and how much more are you going to need. So it says Bob has 45 cents. He wants to buy a Snickers bar for 85 cents. What we need to do is we need to show the extra coins that Bob is going to need to buy that item. So when we take a look, Bob has 45 cents. How much more is Bob going to need in order to buy the Snickers bar? Well, if I take 85 and I subtract 45, I get 0. 4 to 8. So I'm going to need 40 more cents. Okay? What combination of coins could I use to get 40 more cents? Well, my mind would think 4 dimes. Right? 10, 10, 10, 10. That would be 40. Is there another combination I can use? Absolutely. What if I did 25, 35, 40? Okay? Are there any more combinations? There are. It involves a lot of nickels. But those are two of the common scenarios on how to get to an extra 40 cents. So if Bob has 45 and he has an extra quarter, dime, and nickel, he can buy the Snickers bar for 85 cents. Okay, guys, we're just adding with money. You've done this before, okay, and you need to continue doing it because money is going to be something that you are going to be working with for the rest of your life. And it is a good tool to have. It's a good tool to know least amount of coins, which is kind of where we're getting you to, and what we're going to be learning about later. Okay? Again, money is extremely important to know how to work with. Okay, so you need to know how to do it. This is Mr. Wicklum signing off.